as a role model beyond the African American community. She was obviously history making as the first African American First Lady, but now it's particularly young people who see her as a model for parenting, a model for a modern marriage, and for speaking out for decency, and kind of a fearless voice that we haven't seen coming out of the White House for a very long time.
Well, even though it harkens back to Eleanor Roosevelt, let's say that this, we see in Michelle Obama the natural extension and evolution of a team of equals. Of course, you have your President of the United States, but that as First Lady, she's more, and there's a dovetailing of morality and politics with what Michelle Obama talks about. One question is her advice best served to Melania Trump or to Ivanka Trump? If it's true about the role that she's going to have in the White House. We've seen that before also. It was usually in the absence of having a First Lady. But to her.
I think whenever Michelle speaks, she is speaking to a lot of women, right? And I think that she's very, she's brilliant in how she phrases things. So when she's saying, you know, we go high when they go low, when she says this is what we do, we model what we want to see, I think she was speaking to everyone. If you want a smart First Lady, you have to be one. So I think when she was speaking about talking to Ivanka, she was talking to all of us. And throughout this interview, when she said, for instance, you know, when they were talking about being an angry black woman, and she said, "You don't know me," I heard, "You don't know black women in this way. You don't know us." So these tropes, these narrow narratives are what we're here to shatter, right?
We have that. So let's play that moment and get you to talk about it. Watch this.
When you were labeled that angry black woman, was that one of the things that knocked you back a bit?
That was one of those things that you just sort of think, dang, you don't even know me.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you just sort of feel like, wow, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
You know? And that's the first blowback, because you think, wow, that is so not me. But then you sort of think, well, this isn't about me. This is about the person or the people who write it. You know, I mean, that's just the truth.
And, you know, Kati, I mean, you're just on the receiving end of whatever people think, whatever their opinions are as First Lady. And it's hard. You can't very well get on Twitter and give them a tongue lashing, you know, you take it.
No, but the thing that's lost in this discussion is that the First Lady plays a dual role, internal and external. And traditionally, the most successful presidential marriages have been the ones where the president has an open line to his wife, because the presidency is such a bubble inside a bubble and so cut off from the people. But the First Lady still has more mobility, more exposure, and the successful ones have an honest, straight relationship with their husbands. And Michelle Obama clearly has that, and one wonders about their successors, because Melania, who paid Mrs. Obama the greatest of all compliments by well,
taking her words.
Yes, but she has no sense of American history, which is unique in our history, to have a First Lady without any ties to American culture, politics, history. So this is going to be a very steep learning curve.
But that was a really profound moment, because when you think about the collective imagination, the word first and lady are rarely associated with black women. And Michelle Obama not only gives you a new imagination for what a black woman of power and agency and dignity and grace and intelligence can be, she is arguably going to be one of the most memorable First Ladies. The first on so many levels. And, you know, when Coretta Scott King said that women will be the soul of this country, like, she's the soul with soul, right? So we're going to remember her in many areas, not just this first one, but she was cool, and under pressure she modeled how to be a patriot, how to put country first. When people were coming for you and giving you ideas like that New Yorker cover, that was horrific. And the way that she shape-shifted through that was something that women and girls can look to forever. Like, they're going to come for you, and you know you can, like, do it with style.
Michaela, Kati, thanks so much.
Thanks
Great to
for
talk to
having me.
both of you about all of this.
Let's talk about another woman who certainly earned great distinction. She's on Jeopardy and on some winning streak, but the woman on your screen right now is not alive to appreciate it. Next, we're going to be joined by the longtime boyfriend of the late game show champ to ask what would she have thought about this remarkable run. Next.